Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. I am so excited to try out this product today. It's from the brand Winky Lux, which I love the brand Winky Lux. They seriously have the cutest packaging of all time, I feel like, on all of their products. And here I have their Peeper Perfect Under Eye Concealer, which I got in the shade Fair in this little sample size in my March 2022 Ipsy Glam bag, which if you have not seen that unbagging video yet, that is now up on my YouTube channel. But this is the one product that I chose in that glam bag, and looking this up online, it has such high ratings, which is very promising. You can get this at Target, Ulta. The full size retails for $16. I love that it's cruelty free. It has nourishing ingredients in it like vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, collagen, and it's supposed to be full coverage and cover up dark under eye circles, which is something I really struggle with. So I'm just going to start out trying to apply it with my finger. So it says to warm up a little bit in between the fingers and tap it onto the under eye. So let's see how this technique works. I actually really like applying concealer with my fingers. I find that it sometimes works so much better than using a beauty sponge. And oh my gosh, a little goes a long way here. So I still have half of that on my other finger, and I feel like I have more than enough to cover this under eye with that great coverage. And I also noticed right away how hydrating this is. I really don't like when an under eye concealer is very dry and it creates texture and cakiness on my under eyes, because I already have enough texture going on here that I don't want to add any more. I also have a lot of lines under my eyes, so having that cakey texture, that dryness, it's just going to emphasize the lines even more, but that is not happening with this concealer. Wow. It goes on so smooth, so hydrated and skin-like, and just taking a little bit of the excess up onto my eyelid here because I seriously do have excess. A little goes such a long way, but wow, this is seriously so different than the concealers that I've tried before, because it seriously is so smooth, so skin-like. It does not look like anything on my skin right now, but it has great coverage. I would say I'm at about a medium coverage right now. So why don't I take a little bit, just a little bit that I have left, and try and build it up. But I like this technique of using my finger. That way I'm not wasting any, since I do have a pretty small sample. And I can already tell that I am going to love this and I'm going to want to use it as much as possible with this little sample. But $16 for a concealer, especially one where a little goes a long way, I feel like is actually not a bad price at all. Oh my gosh, like this gives glow to my skin. It's smoothing out my skin as well. I'm bringing this down once again with a little bit of excess onto my cheek, and here's where I have large pores. It is looking so smooth over those pores. Like, I wish I had more of this, because I would wear this not just on my under eyes, but just almost as an all-over foundation. It looks so lightweight, skin-like, which I cannot emphasize enough. I want to wear this all over my skin. Oh my gosh. There's a little bit of creasing in the under eye lines here, but it's not bad. And I would say even with building it up, I still think I'm kind of at that medium to full coverage, but you can still see a hint of the dark under eye circles, but it looks so beautiful on the skin that I'm okay with it. And look at that difference with it versus without it. Oh my gosh, this under eye circle is so dark, especially in comparison. But wow, it seriously looks like I have nothing on my skin. I can't get over it. I really am gonna just try and take the tiniest little dollop onto my finger to apply it onto my other under eye here. And it's not a super thick formula either. Sometimes I feel like the type of concealers that need to be warmed up on the finger and that give really full coverage are thick, and this is relatively thin, surprisingly. I do wish that it had that full coverage like it claimed, because then this like could not get any better. But that is my only complaint, I guess, about this, is that I would just like a little more coverage. And this is the lightest shade that it comes in, so it's not like I could go a shade lighter to brighten up the under eyes anymore. But even that, like, that is really not great coverage. I guess I do need to pick up a little bit more. You know, maybe, it didn't say to do this, but maybe I need to give it a couple seconds to set before I fully blend it in. Sometimes with these more thinner concealers, it does help to just leave it there before you fully blend it in, and it might get a little thicker, a little bit more coverage. So then just with whatever's left on my finger here, just going to continue blending along the center of my face, because when I'm not wearing foundation, I love to just take a concealer and just conceal down the center of my face, anywhere else that I need a little bit of extra coverage. But I do feel like this is a perfect formula for that, because it seriously looks like skin. I love it. And now while I'm waiting for this to set down a little bit longer, I want to check in. Yeah, like the creasing on this one is not getting any worse. So I don't even really feel like I need to set this with a powder, because just how my eye is straight on, you can't even notice the creasing. It's just if I like make that face to really look deep into the under eye creases, that's when I can see a little bit of creasing. But I just love the hydrated, smooth, kind of glowy look that I get from this, that I don't really want to put that powder on that's going to mattify it and prevent any creasing, because that amount of creasing doesn't even bother me. But okay, now that I've had this on for a little while, that should be long enough for it to set a little bit. And once again, blending it out, it still is blending out completely smooth and hydrated, which is great because it's not like it's stuck and unblendable after leaving it on my under eye like that. And I think that did help to give a little bit more coverage. Okay, so I think that's going to be my technique as I definitely continue to use this, is to blend it out with my fingers and give it some time. Just lightly pat it on, give it some time to sit down, get a little bit thicker, you know, get it to as much coverage as possible, and then I can blend it out, because there is no rush with this concealer when it comes to blending. And it looks so good on the rest of my skin as well. Even though this is specifically an under eye concealer, it is just a beautiful concealer for everywhere. I completely understand why this has such high ratings. It is truly incredible and so unique. It just, like, when you put it on, the feel of it is so different than other concealers. It's like putting on that second layer of skin, so hydrating, so glowy, so beautiful. It's a concealer that I am so happy to recommend if you have not tried it out. But if you have tried it, of course I want to hear your thoughts on it in the comments down below. And if you have any tips or favorite ways to apply it, let me know in the comments down below about that as well. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.